welcome to Classic Rock, Country Music Facts and Trivia. Thank you for being here. Today's video, I found this and I just had to share it. David Allan Coe, outlaw country artist, was once arrested in a casino after hitting a jackpot back in 2008. As more time passes, the legend of David Allan Coe continues to grow. The man was a true wild card, having hid in a cave for months, allegedly, when the IRS was after him, and he initially getting discovered by a record label while living in a hearse. Yep, I said a hearse. He is also a truly complex person with a past stained with examples of less than stellar behavior, prison time, his racial song lyrics, I should say racist song lyrics, which garnered the outlaw persona that has stuck with him to this day. But nonetheless, he has garnered a cult-like following over the years and has become a staple in country music history, heading songs like Tanya Tucker's Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone, the iconic Take This Job and Shove It, and recording songs like The Ride. Here's a story of David that's going to leave you scratching your head for a few reasons. In June of 2008, he and his then girlfriend, now wife, Kimberly Hastings, were playing the slots at Prairie Meadows Racetrack Casino. Both were using the same machine, but Kimberly's player card was loaded, which turned out to be the first of many issues that transpired shortly after. David reached over and hit the spin button, and lo and behold, they hit a jackpot. Exactly how much was it? Never said. But it was enough that the couple had to wait for a casino worker to come over and make the payout, so a decent amount. Well, as casinos tend to do, it took quite a bit of time for anyone to actually make their way over to him. And in typical David Allan Coe fashion, he didn't like waiting around, so his wife stayed to speak with the workers when they did arrive. The woman eventually came up and began speaking with Kimberly, but said that they reviewed the security footage, and since David was actually the one who hit the spin button, they had to make the transaction with him. According to David, she told the worker where he was, but also that he was hard of hearing, so be sure not to come up behind him and spook him. Well, whether that was actually said or the lady just ignored it was unclear. And further security footage shows the worker coming up behind him and initiating a conversation. This is when things start to unravel. So the lady asked for ID, and he gave his Tennessee driver's license, which apparently at the time did not contain a photo of him on it, which was a problem since the casino required a photo ID to make a payout. In the video, you can see David start to get a bit worked up over this, and he stands up. This caused a security guard that came over with her to intervene. This is exactly what David said in an interview with reporter John Gapps III outside of court hearing on April the 27th, 2011. She says, well, I have to go get another piece of paper. And I go, why is that, ma'am? And she goes, well, you don't have a social security number. And I stood up and I went like this and said, my social security number is on my driver's license. And this probably 24-year-old security officer come up and said, sit down, boy. I said, boy? Do I look like a boy to you, man? How big are men where you come from, mister? Got to admit, that's a pretty good comeback. He then sat down and continues playing the slot machine, but decided after a minute or so that he was going to just get his wife and leave, letting them keep their money. Security guard is seen following him with two uniformed police officers have to enter the frame. One of the officers point at David as he continues to walk past because, as DAC explains, he's a celebrity. So he's used to people pointing at him all the time in public. But then seemingly out of nowhere, they decided to forcibly tackle him from behind and cuff him. Now, of course, the video has no audio, and we only get to hear David's side of the encounter. But just at face value, it seems like a pretty obvious example of using way more force than is necessary. While David's a bigger guy, there's no denying the fact that he's pretty old, so tackling him seems to be out of line. David said the encounter has plagued him with injuries ever since. I had to cancel 3 shows. They knocked my back out of place. I got to walk with a cane. I got to sit down when I perform, and I just think it's wrong. They just thought I was going to some long-haired hippie. It sure looks like he had a strong case. They sure put the effort into follow-up the tedious legal process of seeing it through to the end. However, it looks like nothing came of it at the end of the day. According to this article, by Globe Gazette, the case was dropped in 2012 since the police officers technically did not work for the casino. Regardless, at the end of the day, it's just another wild story of the wild life of David Allan Coe. I told you. And if you want, in the description, actually, I'll put it in the comments. In the comments below, I've got the link to the video of this, so you can go check out some of it. And it's got the interview and everything in it. But just David Allan Coe. I used they had his tapes, kind of underground tapes. Some really, he's not a good person. Pretty raucous and wild is an understatement. And outlaw country doesn't describe him. He's just an old hillbilly that doesn't know better. Apparently, I mean, I don't know. Not a fan at all. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia. Please don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Please like this video if you liked it. Have a great day, guys. God bless, and I'm praying for you.